Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Top of the morning, you guys. Top of the morning, sunny California. The rain has gone away. We're back to sunshine. Yes, we're back to sunshine in sunny California. You listen to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live with nothing but straight talk. You know how we do it around here, man. We don't play nothing but straight talk up in here. I have two wonderful co-hosts. Number one is Mr. Keith Swanson, the invisible man. You guys still haven't found him. It's so interesting. It was so much money on the table last year. Nobody got it because they couldn't locate Keith and hold him and call me and say, I got him. I don't know why you guys don't recognize his voice. He's all over the place. So maybe by the time Black Lives on Tour is coming up March 25th, that's on a Saturday, the 27th annual, it's going to be face-to-face in Carson Community Center in Carson, L.A., Nearing City. But maybe you'll catch him there, you guys. I'm telling you, but catch him before then. Good morning, Keith. How are you?
Good morning, Dr. Rosie. You probably have to wait a couple of weeks because probably going to have to hire it out after this show.
You know that's right. You know you ain't going to church after this one, huh? I thought I was getting in good grace, and then I messed up again. Well, anyway, you guys, Keith is a radio personality within his own rights. He's Black, he's smart, and he does exist, you guys. You guys saying, I don't believe he exists. Yes, he does. Okay. So, Keith, good to hear you again this morning. Shawannah Bordenay, that's the real estate guru. You want to buy a house, sell a house, whatever you want to do to a house, she's the go-to. Good morning, Shawannah. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Dr. Rosie. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Morning. I am doing good. And I know it's a lot of things happening in the real estate industry. I was listening to something on TV today, and they were saying that people need to start looking at fix-it-up. But then they went on to say some of the fix-it-ups, you may need $100,000 to fix it up. But once you do it, it can bring the value close to maybe $1 million in some instances.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be teaching that in April. I will be having a workshop on buying properties. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. In spite of these high interest rates, you're going to show them how to do it, right?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm telling you, when I first got into the market, the interest rates were at 18, 20%, and I was purchasing property and making money. I mean, but when the rates got down to 6%, we were like, oh, my God, it's 6%. That was something fantastic. So when I see 6%, 7%, if there's money to be made, you're actually using other people's money. Yeah.
It's normal. Yeah.
All right. You guys got it right from the horse's mouth. She knows what she's talking about. What's your phone number, Shawannah?
It's 818-201-6565. And for the LA folks, it's 310-420-9046. Oh,
the girl is all over. Next time she'll be giving us a New York number. Go ahead on, girl. She's all over the place, okay? Now, I say that in joking, but I'm telling you, we're learning, Keith, how to work this thing all over. You may not be in New York, but you may have clients who need somebody in New York. So you can make referrals, and there's, brokers to brokers. So, there's things happen. So we really have access to the whole universe. So folks, don't narrow yourself down to LA. Because you know people in other states that want to buy houses, so you need to hook up with some real estate folks in other cities.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Well, you guys, well, now. Come on,
boy.
we're getting ready to talk this morning. I'm telling you.
Oh, boy.
I thought about it. I said, do you do this? Now, Rosie, they've already kicked you out of the church for talking about sex. They finally let you back in, but now you're getting ready to hit a topic that's affecting so many people, even people in the pulpit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess you're saying, well, go ahead on. What you going to be talking about? Stop delaying us. I know you guys are anxious, just like, but anyway, we're going to talk about why impotency is on the rise among Black men. Why impotency is on the rise among Black men. Did you know after eating, sex is the next most sought after drive? So we're going to learn the behavior of men who are impotent and what you can do to maintain a healthy and balanced relationship. Now, we're going to have a whole seminar dealing with that, but we're just scratching the surface today. We just want you to know that it is a problem. And we want you to know that problem is so big that it is impacting family relationships. It has a lot to do with infidelity. It has a lot to do with divorces. And we still, just like we didn't want to talk about sex, but this is part of it. So whether you want to talk about it or not, you heard it right here on the Express Yourself album. Call your friend and tell them they need to chime in. Call your girlfriends, call them and wives and tell them they need to know about the problem so they'll know how to deal with it and how they can still have a healthy and balanced relationship. Folks say sex is not everything. No, it's not everything, but it can play a part in everything you do. Sex, men have lost their lives for it. Men have left their wives for it. Men have gone AWOL from the army for it. All for a few moments of pleasure. And I think we need to talk about it. I don't have to tell you what's going on in the sexual arena. All you have to do is listen to the news or just click on the internet and you'll see the problem from the janitorial to the White House to the church house, major corporation. You've been watching the news. Come on. So we decided to talk about it. So we're going to talk about impotency. And someone said to me, Keith, well, why you mention all men have impotency problem? I said, I know that. But I want to talk about the Black men. Why it is prevalent? Number one, most of them have more stress, medical conditions, which also leads to this thing called erectile dysfunction. Now, when you want to look at, well, what is impotency? And don't get mad because I am, Shawannah, going to do a show on impotency among women. Some people laugh. They say, can't no woman be impotent. You'll find out right here on the Express Yourself Hour show. We're going to bring that up. But when you look at erectile dysfunction, it's the inability to get or keep an erection firm long enough to have sexual intercourse. That means they may get an erection, but it may last for a minute or two. They can't hold it long. It can be the total inability to achieve an erection. Some people can't get an erection at all. And some get it just for a few minutes. And some are premature ejaculators. I mean, after a minute, they can't help it. They can't hold it. They will premature ejaculate. And when that happens, that's a problem. Because I hear men sometimes, Keith, they say, tell me how many times they ejaculated with this woman. I mean, I did it 5 times. And I'm just looking at them saying, you a lying devil, okay? You are a lying devil. Because the refractory period after ejaculation for a man sometimes can take many hours and sometime the next day, but you're going to take back to back. I mean, I was just, Keith, why men lie so much about sex?
It will, part of your manhood is tied to performance. So, especially if you're a black man, and from the time you're a little boy, you're taught that you have to be, if you're not manly, if you can't really please a woman and you can't really perform in bed. So, especially particularly the black men. So, quite a bit of your manhood is attached to attracting and pleasing women.
That's interesting because you can ask anybody any place around the world, what do they know about the black man? They will not tell you that he invented blood plasma. He was the first successful open heart surgeon. They won't talk about that. They'll tell you about the size of his penis and how he functioned in bed. He's Long John Silver. These are the things that you hear about the black man.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess that's what makes black men look at sex in a different way. And
our women, our women are more demanding in the bedroom than most other women. So that's another reason.
We're gonna talk about that too. That's why men would rather have a heart attack. You guys, listen to me.
Yeah.
Black men,
oh my God.
Rather have
don't get shy now.
They'd rather have a heart attack than to deal with sexual performance.
Right.
If they take a medication and their penis don't get erected, they won't even take the second dose. They don't go back to the doctor and say, well, I'm having some problems with impotence since I've been on this high blood pressure medicine. No, they just stop taking it. They don't go back to the doctor for the doctor to tell them other things that they can do. So that's why I say they'd rather have a heart attack long as they can get a heart. I tell you folks, if an erection is what you got going in your relationship, if your relationship is just based on an erected penis with a black man, you may find yourself in trouble. So, you may find yourself in trouble.
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Really there's some things that I have to teach, and I'm going to be talking to black folks. I ain't talking to nobody else about this, because I know what I'm talking about. We can heal this situation. And for a lot of men, Keith, they don't go to the doctor. They don't have physical. I'm fine. I'm not going to the doctor. Listen, you guys. Every black man out there and every black woman that's with a black man, whether it's your child, your husband, whoever, encourage them to at least have a starting point. Get a physical. Because many men who are having child impotence problems, it has to do with the fact that they're having some heart problems. It could be diabetic.
Yeah.
There are other issues that's causing impotency. And while you're going trying to think it's your wife, you need a younger woman, and it has nothing to do with that. So you need to encourage them to actually at least give a starting point, go to the doctor and find out what's going on with them. I don't know why men, when they're impotent, don't want to go to the doctor, try to figure out if there's some challenge. If your toe hurt, you go to a podiatrist. Okay? If your ear hurt, you go to, when you go see about all your pains and all your issues. Why don't you see about that particular issue? Because that's very important. Because it impacts your family life, it impacts your life, it impacts your self-esteem. And a lot of men, because of that, they end up drinking, they end up smoking, and all they're doing is adding heat to the fire. Because cigarette smoke constricts the blood vessels. And a good erection is no more than good blood flowing to the penis. And Keith, it's interesting. I remember once I was doing a seminar, and Dick Gregory was talking about how we eat. And so he said to me, if you tell women that if all this fat, grease, is causing impotency in their men, he said maybe they would cook better. So when you think of cholesterol, high clot, the arteries, there are arteries in the penis too. So they get through. So he said, if you tell the women that, maybe they'll start cooking better. That's interesting, but they just
they might.
They just might. But you could be contributing to your lack of sexual gratification.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Shawannah, maybe you need to say it, because you can say it in a different tone, because I just come out there all raw and stuff. Can you tell the people in a more, a better way, just what I said?
Basically, you're saying that it's really important what you cook for your man, because if you don't cook the right things, it could restrict the blood flow that gets the erection going on. And you may think it's his fault, but actually it's because you build up of plaque in the arteries, and the foods that you're eating really cause impotence. I mean, you have to watch the oils that you're eating, the vegetable oils. Go to olive oil or avocado oil, because these man-made oils are full of poisons, full of toxins. So since you are the cooker, the chef, you have to really pay attention to eating the right foods, so that you don't develop diabetes, eating the right vegetables, because even if you're diabetic, you can reverse it by eating the right things and drinking the amount of water that you need, and understanding that what's going into your system can cause and restrict blood flow to the penis and making it difficult to maintain an erection, period. So you have to be cautious of what you're eating continuously and ask yourself, is this going to help me or is this going to hurt me? And understand in the long term, it's going to be an issue. Yeah.
Exactly. And for people who use cayenne pepper is good to help increase the blood flow. So you may want to put a little more cayenne in your food. And for men who are really having challenge, they can make a tea, make your tea and put the cayenne drops in it. It can help with the circulation. There are a lot of things that we can help improve these problems, but men are in denial. They think it's their wife. Oh, this woman, she got on this long gown. But baby, you can have gown, socks, and a tie on your head and be sexy. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all better. Keith, what's wrong with you guys?
What's wrong with us?
You don't have to see parts of my body to you should. Y'all just don't understand. I'm gonna have to have a class in that, how to see through muddy water. Okay?
Well, number one, it depends. Got to remember that just like our sexual drive is tied to our hormones, just like a female is. So a lot of times men will get a drop in testosterone, but it's so slow that you don't notice it. So when you do go get a checkup, especially if you're past 35, you need to get your testosterone checked. And then you need to start eating things that will actually mimic estrogen, because if you have a lot of estrogen in your bloodstream, it's going to suppress your testosterone, and that suppresses your sex drive. So there's a lot of different things.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because alcohol is one of the problems too. Smoking constricts the blood vessels. That can impact it. A long use of alcohol can really diminish the amount of testosterone, messes with some of the hormones that's produced. So you're absolutely right. But when you talk to men about smoking, you're talking about drinking, they would tell you that don't have nothing to do with sex. Oh yeah, it increased there. And then later, for long use, they get where they don't even have the desire. Not only dealing with the erectile, their libido it dropped. And people don't talk about that enough. And then things just happen. But let's say we have some callers. Let me get the number out of 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. If you have questions or you want to testify, test a lie. Men like to lie when it comes to talking about sex. So I'm just saying, they be woofing and bragging, I'm doing this and I did that. Just cut all that mess out.
You got to sell yourself now.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's what it is, yeah.
But here's the thing. When men start bragging about what they can do and how they're going to do it, and the first thing that happens, they're going to end up many times being premature ejaculated, because they're over anxious about trying to prove to you what they said they were going to do. So I don't think people should be telling people, I can't wait to get you in bed. I'm going to do this and you're going to feel this. Man, stop that. That's
you won't get the opportunity. You got to sell yourself.
Oh, but then what happened when you bum out?
And then you never see her again. Go as what is it? A sucker born every minute. You got to go to the next question.
Keith, that's not the way to do it. What Keith said is
they have to work with you.
Exactly. Let me tell you,
they have to be able to work with you. If she ain't worthy to work with you, whatever. She shouldn't even been there.
Yeah, because what happens is that anxiety can make men become a premature ejaculator. So the next time, it may not be that way. You don't throw in the towel because your first encounter of premature ejaculator. See, women don't have to go through that because you don't know whether they're ready or not because they don't have to get an erection.
If you ever heard a woman from a bad performance, boy, you want to leave town. So. Black women are not forgiving, okay?
And not only not forgiving, they're gonna go tell somebody.
They're gonna tell somebody, yeah. So you
and you don't know who.
You know what? You know what the problem right there, Dr. Rosie, is that's those little quickies that he's doing. If he had a relationship with them, they would not do that. Right?
Some people just don't want to give a person a second chance, especially, but it doesn't make sense. That's silly to judge a first performance as to that's what it's going to be like always.
The bar is very high for black men. It really is compared to other men. Yeah, very high. Yeah.
Well, that's why we say it's a lot of stress on black men, psychological issues. And if they bum out with this person, then the next person they with, they're afraid, they tense. Well, what if it happened this time? It's too much pressure. Yeah. If it happened, it happens. I think what people have to understand, that's why in my book, Satisfying the Black Man, Sexually Made Simple, Keith, I have a chapter in there, is the benefits of making love to men over 40. And that has to do with...
You said that, Dr. Rosie.
Yeah.
I wanted to write that book title down, and you said it so fast. Can you say it a little slower so I can...
The benefit of making love to men over 40.
Oh.
The benefit. Okay, and I'll come back and talk about that. Okay, I think we have a caller. Caller, go ahead.
What's your name and where you calling from?
Okay, this is Paul. I'm from L.A. And somebody told me I better call in, so here I am.
Ain't nobody told you. That's that little bird that landed on your shoulder.
Okay. I have to agree with Keith. You are expected to perform first time, every time, all the time. Mm-hmm. All right. And if your first time is not successful, there might not be a second time. Mm-hmm. And you will. Think about some of the music we've had lately. Well, it's actually been out throughout the years. There was a song about 60 Minute Men back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was what George Clinton talking about, all she wanted was a quickie.
Yeah. And there's a song by Ray Parker Jr. called "It's All in the Way You Get Down," right?
Okay.
In other words, he had to beg for a second chance.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Paul.
Yeah, you laughing, Shawannah.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever bummed
out? Yeah, because I'm like, finally get with the lady. Well, Richard probably had to talk about that. You finally get with a lady, you finally get with her, and whoa, wait a minute, it's happening too quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's because of the anxiety. But did you get a second chance with her?
No.
Was it your fight?
I got talked about bad. I got talked about bad on that one. And this was when I was in college, so I couldn't go nowhere on campus and got the side eye.
Well,
this Negro ain't worth squat.
Yeah. But I still take it back to anxiety. He was over anxious because this is a person he really wanted to get with. So he had built up his expectation, and she probably had built up hers. But I think this is one of the things, the reason I'm having this show, because if an erected penis is what's holding your relationship, a lot of people are not going to have one. Because a lot of black men are having challenge, if not, will have challenge in that sexual performance. That's real. So that's why I think these are some conversations that need to come out, that we need to talk about, because it's running relationships. People don't have a healthy and balanced relationship because of what we call erectile dysfunction. You know, and nobody want to talk about it.
Mention that. I want to evict Ed. He has been around for a while. I want him to leave. I want to kick him out of my life. He is destroying my social life, what little social life I have. Okay. Now, since that's happened, you know, I've gotten an appetite. You're saying, you know, it all depends on what you eat. You know, hey, I will become a vegetarian if I can get that. You know, I can get my mojo back.
Okay, you hear that, Keith?
Yeah, yeah.
Paul, that's very important. It's what you eat makes a big difference. And there are products out there. No, I mean, there are some people who have experienced severe nerve damage. See, diabetes can cause some nerve damage too. Alzheimer's, having a stroke. That's why people need to get their physical, get the exam to see what's going on with them. But there are products out there on the market that can help men in that department. But most of them, they're ashamed to go ask for it. They don't want anybody to know they have that problem. But there's stuff that can bring you to a gratification point, that men do not have to struggle through this. So let's look at some of the behavior. Let's look at, before I go over that, let me make sure. Oh, we have a call on hold. Let's take this call on hold, and then I'm going to talk about some of the behavior of impotent men. Tim said some of them do what they say, aggregate to get. I don't know what Tim trying to say. What you saying, Tim? They do what they say? Exaggerate? Yeah. Okay, he said they exaggerate. Yeah. Oh, they do a lot of that, all about what they're going to do. Stop talking about what you're going to do. Just do what you're going to do.
You got to sell yourself.
Yeah, let me be the one to say. Let your woman be the one to say. Don't brag on yourself. Leave it bragging to somebody else. Got to get the customer in the door now. That's right. Okay, caller, go ahead. We have a call on the line. Caller? 323? Caller? All right.
I'm just back. I'm not saying anything. I'm just entertaining.
Oh, you don't want to laugh on air? Okay.
Well, let me tell you some of the behavior. Go ahead.
I was going to say some good foods, you know, to help with this is citrus fruits like oranges and lemons and fruits and things like that. They're said to like improve your blood flow and reduce inflammation and things. And berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, they're rich in antioxidants. So that would help improve different things that could be messed up a little bit. Your fish, you know, salmon, different types of fish, so that it's high in omega-3 fatty acids, which will help improve the blood flow in your nuts and seeds.
Yeah, and also basically there's a, you know, if you talk about men's health, right, especially as far as that is concerned, right, a lot of men are low in zinc, you know, and so you have to take your supplements, especially with zinc, because if without zinc you don't produce the little buggers that run around. If without that, then you don't get you don't have the sex drive and the testosterone. And the other thing is, especially if you're over 40, black pepper extract and something called chrysin that bodybuilders actually use, CHRYSIN. It actually suppresses estrogen and boosts your testosterone.
And a lot of men have too much estrogen because, especially when they've gone into the soy products, they're trying to be vegetarian. They don't eat meat, so everything they eat is soy-based, and soy-based, has a lot of estrogen. Right?
Yeah, soy's not good for you. Yeah,
soy's not good
for your testosterone.
Eliminate. It's no good for you.
switch to your almond milk.
Yeah.
Almond milk, yeah. And coconut, those types of, but you have to really know, because years ago they were going to put this proposition on the it was up for vote, and it was basically letting us know everything that we're eating. They had to put it on the outside of the packages, but they won, and they didn't have to do it until I think 2025 is when they're going to have to start putting things on the outside of the packages. But when you investigate and you read everything that's in these packages, especially vegetable oil, safflower oil, all that stuff is absolutely no good for you. It is a heart killer. It does everything bad for you. If you can eliminate it, eliminate it. When you read the back of the packages, most of them have vegetable oil, safflower oil. Very first thing is the worst oil that you can ever put into your system. So, we really have to be cautious of those things, because those things block our oxygen and block the blood from flowing. So, just doing that little bit of things, and exercise, will do wonders.
That's why it's important for women to really understand how to prepare food to keep your man sexually function. That's really important. That need to be, Shawannah, we need to do that book together. How to keep your man.
We can do it.
Yeah. It's important. People just don't know.
What we'll do is we'll put together our foods, and we'll do a 2-day, and we'll cook it here at my house, and we'll take pictures, and we'll do the book.
Okay.
And we'll taste it, or know what it tastes like.
That sounds
and we'll
good.
have Keith here. We'll have Keith here to taste it.
I don't know about that, Keith. I can't put you and Keith together. No, That's just like putting the chicken. Like putting the chicken in the corn.
Chicken is the fox in the hen house. Huh?
No. I'm gonna separate you two. I may end up not having a co-host. Okay, I don't trust you, and I don't trust Keith.
Yeah, you can't trust me. Not with Shawannah. So that's a given.
The number to call here is 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. We are talking about why impotency is on the rise among Black men. We're talking about they have more stress, psychological problems, medical condition is contributing to it. And don't forget, in this economy and in this day and time, you have more Black men drinking and smoking probably than ever before. And those are some things, too, that adds to sexual dysfunction and erectile problems. Because a lot of men are drinking. Men are drinking who had never been drinking before, okay? So we got to learn these things. And then you can teach your sons so they can be healthy. It's a shame how many young people walk around 20. So I'm talking about, I need something for my sex drive. You ain't even old enough to have sex. You ain't got no drive. Go somewhere and sit down.
The thing is controlling the ejaculation, especially for a young guy. And there's a very good book called The Multi-Orgasmic Male by Montauk Chia that takes you through exercises on how to do that. So it's like a 30-year-old book, but very good. In fact, I heard some doctors recommend the same exercises.
That's good. That's good. Now let's talk about some of the behaviors of men who have sexual dysfunctional problems. Now you listen, women, you guys listen up. Number one, they try to start arguments about nothing. Okay, so you write this down. So if your man come in here, you know you haven't done a thing for him to be acting a fool about, and he start in on you every time he get home. Either the food didn't taste right, how come you got your hair like this, and how come you wear nitpicking? Because he knows what's going to push your butt, that you're going to get mad. And when you get mad, you're not going to be trying to have sex with him because he don't want to have sex with you because he can't get an erection. He have lost his desire for sex for whatever reason it is. So he going to start some crap with you. So when you go to bed, he know you mad, you know. So he won. He won that round. So next time he come in there with all that bull crap, you know, just ignore it and put on your sexy outfit, your sexy gown, whatever, and said, well, maybe you may not like that, but let's see if you like this. Y'all, it's something. Keith, I remember hearing men say how they would stop off at the pool hall, shoot pool, stop off with the guy. The woman mad. She think he got another woman. She's on the phone talking to her girlfriend. He cheat. He don't come home till this time. He don't get home from work. He's not cheating. He trying to stay away till you go to sleep. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about behavior, you guys. So listen up. I'm telling you what men have told me, that they stay out late. Mm-hmm. They want to come home, and they come in. They say they put the key in the door lightly, and they tip in. And sometimes they'll sleep on the couch and tell their wife, but I just fell asleep on the couch. Mm-hmm. Men do some weird stuff, which messes up their relationship versus just talking to their wives about what's going on with them. Because, you know, she might not need what you think she needs. Because everything is not about an erected penis. Well, maybe she just need a hug. Maybe she just need romance. People forget about intimacy. We focus too much on sex, on having sex versus intimacy.
And women are going to have to learn how to keep that kind of problem in house. Okay? Because a lot of women will start telling their girlfriends.
Now, that's one thing a woman should not tell her girlfriend about anything. That's how a lot of them have lost their man into talking. You just shouldn't talk about what's going on in your bedroom. That's something that women and men need to cut out. Because sometimes they're lying in the first place. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The station is Inner Light Radio.
They need to dial 310-928-7733. That's 310.
That is the station, Inner Light Radio.
7733. They need to dial this number to go.
Here, dial this phone number.
That's somebody trying to get in. They can dial
310
928 7733.
7733.
Okay. Keith, do we have anybody in the chat? Mm-hmm.
No, we just have our engineer saying he's working on the blood flow with his bicycle. but I typed in the three things that will actually enhance your testosterone.
Yeah, and some of your herbs, like I said, a cayenne pepper. If you do that in the tea, I have a recipe that you can take. You can give me a call. You know, your henbee is very good. There's a lot of it's an herb called honey goat. Honey goat make you jump over the fence. Honey goat, they give them to bulls. They jump over the fence. They can't keep them in. I ain't trying to get you, but don't be trying to jump over the fence unless you have somebody in your life that you want to jump over the fence to get to, okay? Don't just try to get all this stuff just to begin it. In fact, there's a guy in Louisiana. No, he's from Alabama. He sent me some product. It's called Sensuous, and it's for women because he was talking about the women who really have low libido, who needs product. So if there's anybody out there who want to try it out, if there's a woman out there who have a low libido and you really want to feel more sensual than sexual, give me a call at 323-750-3592. That's 323-750-3592. And that's the product for women. So don't be ashamed. If you lacking in that department, come on, spruce it up, okay? Call me, and I'll give you a bottle of that free for you to test for yourself. And the product he have for men is called Stiff Herbal Tonic. You've had that for years. Stiff Herbal Tonic, okay?
Oh, boy.
Now we're getting ready to get some satisfaction around here. What was that song? I can't get no satisfaction. Can't get no satisfaction, y'all. Now, let me tell you something. If there ever was a time that we need to improve in that department, it's now. It really is, because it's really critical. Intimacy is critical, and a sexual encounter fulfillment is critical. Because many times for the men who are not economically empowered, that sexual thrill, that's the only thing that they have going for them in their life that they can get some enjoyment from. They can't get on that yacht on the weekend. They can't get on that cruise. There are so many things that they are limited to. So that department in the house ought to be working. And it's no reason for it not to be working, only because you are ashamed, don't want to go and get help. Instead of talking about it, you get mad about it. So we just got to change that. So Keith, being a man, why don't you give them some input?
The thing is that, it depends on your age. It really depends on your age. It depends if you're young. A lot of times is, just like anything else, just like any other physical activity, right? You got to get your reps in. Because a man's sexual performance is really complex. It could be the erection. It could be your ejaculation control. It could be a whole bunch of things. It just depends on where you are and what your age is. And there's a lot of, like I said, it could be in your head. It could be in your blood system. It could be the heart system. It could be your physicality. You could have too much weight on you. There's a lot of different things. You have to say, what problems are you having? And basically, what do you look like? So if you're having, erection problems, it could be you're carrying too much weight, because if you have too much fat, you're going to carry too much estrogen, suppress testosterone, suppress blood flow, you're not going to get an erection, okay? If you're not taking supplements, like you're too low on zinc, that affects your libido. So there's a lot of different things. And for young men, it's mostly performance. You're not getting enough reps in. So there's things that you can do, like that book about ejaculation control, about suppressing the right. I forget what it is, right near the prostrate. Right, you can cut that off. You can actually suppress that. You can actually, it's a muscle in there. You can actually squeeze, and you want to ejaculate, but it takes a while to actually build up that muscle.
But here's the problem with most people: they are afraid to touch their own body. And I'm trying to get a grip, because when women talk about, when I talk about their erogenous zone, well, I don't know where it is. Test it and find out for yourself. They are afraid to touch their own body. When I was teaching a nursing class, I talked about the 3 openings, the 3 holes. Right. The urethra, talk about the rectum. Women said, I didn't know we had. I said, get a mirror. I had to have my students. I said, you all get, I'm saying it to you women out there, get a mirror and look at yourself. Men don't want, if you say what they need to do to stimulate themselves, they think it's something wrong with it. They always think there got to be somebody else to help you feel good, somebody else to help you have an orgasm. Give yourself one. Then you really know what it feel like. Okay, you don't. This is important. Give yourself one. When I hear women, he didn't make me have an orgasm. Well, give yourself one if you need one.
Exactly, because. And that's funny, because I've talked to men that date different groups of women, right? But the black women are actually way more demanding. You have to make her, okay?
Go ahead. You just have to make her do what? Don't make me mad at you, Keith.
No, I'm not gonna. Well, what I'm saying is, it is what it is. We have their reputation, and our women demand that kind of performance out of us, okay? And so and any man on the line can tell you, from a little boy, your manhood is based on how you can actually please a woman, and how your performance is in bed, and you're actually rated as a man on that. So there's anxiety from her, there's anxiety from your peers. So that's what causes the anxiety. If you have to have a certain size, okay? If you don't have a certain size, and black woman will tell you ain't got a certain size, then hey, it's a no go, okay? There's a whole bunch of things that are wrapped up into it. Yeah.
Well, you know why it's easier with what the expectation is different from with a white woman.
Mm-hmm. Or Latina or Asian.
You heard the song, you can't miss nothing that you never had.
Well, that's true.
Okay, so the black woman know what it should be. They ain't missing nothing.
That's why the bar is higher for black men. Yeah.
Well, but black men that's why we got to have this conversation. Because what a lot of black women are craving for, Keith, it's not your erected penis. It's intimacy. Maybe a woman just wants you to come and just lay down and hug her, caress her, and take your ass to sleep. Anybody want no penis all the time, okay? Y'all got it twisted. You're more than a penis.
You might be, but the thing is, but that is the
Now
ultimate.
listen at him, you guys. Now he gonna argue with me, and I'm a woman. You ain't no woman. I know what I'm talking about.
I know, but
Shawannah, would you step in? Keith's trying to act like
I can't. I can't.
What it's saying is that okay? If you've heard,
I can't step in.
If you've heard and seen this enough, right, from multiple women, from multiple women, and I've dated. I'm not going to give my number out there, my body count. but this is the case, right? You're either a hero or a chump, okay, in the dating arena. If you
well,
especially that first time, okay, that first time means a lot, and women have black men have a very high expectation of black men.
Well, let me tell you how you need to do that.
I don't know. I think women should understand that the first time is the first time, and a man or a woman should not be counted on a first time, because the second and third and fourth time could be that much better, because now you've gotten to know each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
But there's always nervousness going on, regardless of, where you are in your life. I think a man gets nervous. Yes, and a woman gets nervous. It's like, okay, what am I going to do? So I don't think you're supposed to judge it on the first time.
But the only difference is, Shawannah, and especially in the black community, right? If it doesn't go down right, it's not her fault. It's your fault. It's all.
Amen.
That's what I'm trying to say. That it shouldn't be that way. It should be. In the beginning, you should have an understanding that, you know what, we're getting into this. Let's just let it go and flow, and let's not make too much out of this. Let's just grow to get to know each other. If it works right now, it works. If not, it doesn't. Let's, move on. But not putting too much on it. I think men are putting a little bit more on it than a woman, because I think Dr. Rosie is right. Dr. Rosie is right about, but I do think women do want that as well. Okay, so I'm not going to say we don't want it. That's not true. But we do want the intimacy, We do want the intimacy, the hugging, to say, you know what, you're beautiful. Look how beautiful you are. And, and the touching and the caressing and you want that.
Let me ask you
want that, and you don't know how fulfilling that in itself.
Let me ask you this, Shawannah.
But of course, yes.
Let me ask you this, right?
Don't do it. Don't ask me.
In other words, say you have a new man, okay? He's everything that you want, and he really comes in, he really slays in the bedroom, right? And you're gonna go back to your girlfriends and get, girl, and they're gonna know exactly.
Yeah, but no, I usually don't do. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
But you know what?
But,
but for the men out there, when your first encounter, your sexual encounter with the person, it should not even be a penetration. You guys write this down, okay? I don't care if you take her to the hotel or you're at her house or whatever. It should be intimacy. It should be romance. And then you leave there without penetration. It would take you to a whole different level, and it would take your woman to a level like she's never seen before. She'll have more respect for you. Now she's wanting you. I shouldn't be giving out all this information.
But it's true, though. It's true.
I ought to put it in the book, Dr. Rosie.
Put it in the book. That's it. Can you imagine a man take you to this luxury hotel, okay? And he does intimacy. He loves you to death without penetration. Women, you guys need to call in and let me know how you feel with that. Then the next time, okay, it's going to take you to a whole different level.
It does. I agree with you, Dr. Rosie. I agree, because it's more of the game of getting to know one another, and this feels right, and then it'll feel right for you. It'll feel right for her when you guys finally get there. But you guys want to go to the whole shebang, and you're not even ready.
Exactly.
And you're not even ready.
Now you've had this intimacy going on. You won't have that anxiety the next time you all come together. And if you happen to bum out, listen up, men. If you happen to premature ejaculate or whatever called,
you don't even have to tell her.
No, we need to acknowledge it. No, it's not you guys.
No, Dr. Rosie, if you're not doing it, it don't matter.
You hear this, Paul?
You need to acknowledge it. You need to say, baby, sweetheart, whatever you call it, okay?
Has it ever worked for you, Paul?
Tonight, listen up.
No.
Because you just got up and said that you know you didn't do nothing and you didn't acknowledge it. You need to say, look,
I'm sorry, baby.
Tonight my expectation was so high, I was so anxious. You know, just explain it. But next time, this anxiety, I know you better not. The anxiety won't be there. No, you need to not. Don't get up in your head. Yeah, when you don't waste somebody's time, just get on up like you think you've done something. Give me a break. Just acknowledge it.
Can I say something here?
We got stories.
Okay. Now, the thing is, I've heard people talk about, you know, a man can fake an orgasm. I'm like, yeah, how? Okay.
I didn't say.
Sometimes the woman, I don't know, they may have been watching too many of them movies and stuff. They want to see it. Okay.
That's not.
So what you gonna do then? How you gonna fake that?
Paul, let me tell you something. Okay, if you have the juice flowing, okay, it doesn't matter. When people would ask me, how do a woman fake orgasm? I can tell you, okay. You don't think about
man trying to fake an orgasm.
Same thing. Do the same thing. She don't know.
No, they want to see it.
No, not if you're wearing a condom.
Then you got another problem because well, let me not go there. You have to have this a night show.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do because I see there's some lessons around here that need to be taught. TM say if you don't do it right, then she go to the next man. Women not like that. Come on, you guys. You don't have to. You got really playing us low. You know that if
I beg to differ with you, Dr. Rosie.
I don't know who you. Well, you need to come out the dog pound or something.
Yeah, you better check her phone because she might be on it. You know, this dude.
You guys gonna make women mad out here.
You know what this Negro just did?
Listen, what Tim just gave me a note. Listen, come on, try this and take a woman to a hotel and don't go all the way through with it. She'll go to the next man. That's not true. What I'm trying to tell you all, your penis is not the only thing that you have working for yourself. Let me repeat that.
Yes.
Tell the women that.
The women already know it. I'm trying to tell the men that. The women already know that the penis is not an erect penis. It's not the only thing you have. No, I'm gonna have to do a night show because I see y'all got some ignorant ignorant up in here.
It does put you in a
Not all the women have read your book, Dr. Rosie. They don't know.
Well, you need to get the book and give it to your woman, okay?
I tried that once. She slapped me upside the head with your book.
They put you in a category.
You want to get the book, Satisfying the Black Man, Sexually Made Simple. You want to get that book, and you want to get Satisfying the Black Woman, Sexually Made Simple.
When I handed her that book, she hit me upside the head with it.
Well, let me give you some of the things in Satisfying the Black Man, Sexually Made Simple, why he fakes orgasm, okay? Black man's fear, premature ejaculation control. I've written the book, okay? Why black men choose white women, recipe for sexual fulfillment, the one thing he wants from his woman in bed. And in the book, in Satisfying the Black Woman, I even talk about how to experience and enjoy telephone sex. And I'm not talking about pornography. I'm talking about your man who's in another city or another state. Now, we can write and put it out here. If you don't read it, you're going to be ignorant and missing out. That's all I got to say. And Keith talking about some men haven't met that kind of woman. You guys ought to give me a break. You're not just I'm write this down. Everybody who listens, you're not just an erected penis.
You also wow.
That's what the women want to tell. Keith, I'm gonna slap you. Look, Keith, if the truth be told, wait a minute. If the truth be told, there's more women taking care of black men than black men taking care of black women. Get off.
I beg to differ.
I mean, I know many women, okay, who are helping their black men, who helping them start their business, who are helping them pay their car note, who allowing them to live in their houses. Y'all better back up off of black women around here.
Those are the guys that can perform.
No.
Yeah, we have a term for those. We call them homosexuals. They have to perform, otherwise they ain't gonna have a place to stay.
That's not true. These women don't live to have sex. Okay? These women are women who live to have sex. These are women with lives, who are living to live life, who are living to reach their goals and dreams, who want somebody there to hold them, to comfort them when they come home from work.
When they come home
from work.
That's his job.
And then there's somebody else that come in after you go to work that do the other part.
I have to say one thing on this here. You guys are not listening to Dr. Rosie, because if you guys listen to her, you guys it may work. It may work.
That's why they won't listen.
Yeah, you have different categories.
They won't listen. They fighting it the whole way.
Yeah.
The guys
fighting it the whole way, guys.
And I don't know what kind of women they chasing. Keith, I don't know what kind of woman you chasing. Paul, I don't know what kind of woman you chasing.
All kinds. All kinds.
That's your problem. You so mixed up. But you got a little yang over here.
You've been in all I've been in all categories, okay?
Why don't you stay with Blackberry?
So Dr. Rosie, somebody has found him already.
Oh, let's find out what time this show is going to air. I think I'm going to tell the technician I need to do a late night show, because I see you guys need some information, and I don't want the station to get shut down, because what I'm going to lay on you guys.
Dr. Rosie at 11:30.
What time?
I think
11:30.
He said
11:30. Who said that?
I don't know.
Marvin.
Oh, Marvin.
What did you say, Marvin?
I have an appointment with you today at 11:30 at your office.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll be here waiting for you, Marvin.
What was the address again?
Okay.
I will be waiting for you.
Okay, we're on air right now, Marvin. We're not. It's not a private call.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. I'm waiting for you for 11:30.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys, I'm going to go ahead. What you guys think we need to do a night show? Because I didn't realize we had so much. Lord have mercy, you men need some help. Y'all need prayer. First, I'm going to have to revive.
We need prayer.
I need to lay hands on you. I'm going to lay hands on. I'm going to have a ceremony where I just want black men to come. I just want to lay hands on you, because I see y'all need some help around here. And then I have the class. Lord have mercy. What do these young women have to look forward to if you guys spread?
Oh boy, the young women, the young men.
If you don't perform, the woman is gonna throw hands on you.
Paul, I ain't gonna let you on my show no more. This show is gonna repeat at 6:00 p.m. You want to tell the men and women, get on it, because women, we're talking about impotency in men. We're talking about your problem too, because they become a problem for you. We have someone at 310 that have joined us, so go ahead and give us your name, where you're calling from, and what you got to say.
Hi, Dr. Rosie. This is Jack from Gardena. I know I'm on very late. I wasn't able to get on earlier.
Okay. What you got to say, Jack?
I missed everything, but this is like the second opportunity I've had to join in on the call. But for your next topic, why don't you address vaginal dryness? It always seems the men get thrown under the bus. Let's address vaginal dryness.
She got something for that.
That's got to be the night show.
That's going to be the show when we talk about impotency in women. There's something for that too.
Oh, okay.
It is a problem. It really is, okay? And a lot of because
it's a problem. It's a problem that women prefer not to talk about, but impotency in men is always on the front line for discussion.
You're absolutely right.
So let's address that next time. I hate that I missed the show. I just wasn't able to join in on time.
Okay, but that's on the list to do that, because it's very important. You got to remember, a lot of women, particularly black women, Is we say 60% or so will never get married. You have a lot of women who have not had a sexual encounter for 20 years, 15, and all of that. You got a lot of single black women out here who are not sexual active. And these things happen, and you're looking at diet too, and you're looking at inactivity because they feel like they have to have a man to have an orgasm. They haven't come to that point, you know. They're going to have to learn how to do what they need to do for themselves. So I have to make that a night show because I see we need some education around here.
I would help you with that night show.
Okay. Then I like that. Do we have another caller?
I don't think so. But the show's going to repeat at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, you guys, I guess we have said it all. So I'll try to go to church Sunday, you know. These people just don't like what I say. But I don't care, you know. Anyway, I care, but, you know, I have to speak truth. Somebody got to talk about it. I mean, you should let me get up Sunday morning and talk to your congregation about it because you have a lot of frustrated preachers, frustrated deacons, frustrated ushers. That's why when you walk in the door, go over there and sit down. I look at when she ain't had none. She's deprived. When people start acting up, Paul, I just look up and say, she's deprived. He's deprived. Okay, you guys, we were out of time. We must go. 6 o'clock p.m. tonight. My co-host, thank you guys very much. You all get ready. Black Writers on Tour is coming up March 25th, face to face. So you want to be there. And if you don't have your living trust, your will and power of attorney in play, get it. Because someone said to me last week, we are all sitting in death waiting room. We don't know what number they're going to call first. So you guys, take care of yourself and take care of your business. Have a great day.